Hi Flosstube, welcome back. I'm Sarah, this is SJ Stitches 2023 and this is my second Flosstube. I think I've been bitten by the Flosstube bug. I've done 3 videos, one's Whip Parade which has a giveaway on it, so if you want to go back I'm going to give that another week and then I'll draw that and do a separate post for that. This is what I'm giving away. So all you had to do was like and subscribe to my channel, and on my Whip Parade leave a comment with the word friendship. And yeah, so I'll draw that next weekend, the 28th. So you've still got time just to go back and watch that Whip Parade. So, some admin. I wasn't going to come back this soon, but Nashville and haul and starts and finishes. So I have so much to talk to you about. So get a cup of tea, grab your stitching. I'm going to try and keep this short as I can. So without further ado, let me show you my finishes. So I've had 1, 2, 3, 4 finishes this month. No fully finishes. Some of these have been hanging around for a while. Some of them I finished before my Whip Parade, so they weren't in my Whip Parade, obviously. The first one, I don't know how many of you will know the company Forbidden Fibre Co. But a couple of years ago, they did a series of videos, a series of cross-stitch patterns and kits around Disney villains. My favourite Disney film is Beauty and the Beast, original 1995 cartoon version. And so when they did one for Gaston, I had to do it. Now, this might be controversial, but hopefully everyone knows that it's a quote from Disney. So this is Right to Read, and it's from a saying that Gaston says in the early stages of the film, because obviously he realises that Belle is far too intelligent for him and he thinks that she should stop reading so that she can just be a little wifey, and that's why he's a villain. So I did that with a kit. So Forbidden Fibre Co. Threads, fabric, and I've now passed that on to my friend because she is also a big Beauty and the Beast fan. So that's finish 1. Finish 2 was actually something that I started at the Jingle Ball, and I finished one of the items, but I've actually finished all 3 now, just not the bonus. So it was the Christmas Pears by Annie Bees. So that's that one. And the one that I finished this month was Noel. This is on Aztec Red, Weeks Dye Works, 36 count. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a lover of Weeks fabric, even on the Zweigart base. The colours are fabulous, but I find it a bit difficult to stitch on for some reason. But it's a bit of a shame because some of the colours are fabulous. So that's Noel. Then there was Joy. And then there was also just one with the different Christmas themed foliage. So I really like those. I've never finished a pair before, so looking forward to doing that. And I do have some of the, I think it's Cucumber from Lady Dot Creates Velveteen, that is used to finish those. So that's finish number 2, but technically, you know, if you want to count all 3, 4. Cool. Right, so next one. I'm going to be mentioning this every month because I am in the Patreon. So this one is Light the Way by Hands on Design in their Patreon. Second one, the first one was a little Santa that I showed last time. So this is a finish. And here it is. So I did that. The only thing I did make a little change of is that some of these Smyrna crosses are supposed to be in a lighter colour, but actually it was the only place the lighter colour was used. And so I just decided to do them in the same as down here. So that's that one. I need to get around to finishing. That's 2 I've got now. I need to get around to finishing. And then the last one, by no means, is a big one. I think it might be the biggest thing I've ever actually finished. Not without its fudging, but it is the beautiful Cherry Magpie by Jed X Stitch. It's taken me over a year to do this, not solid stitching. I left it for quite a while last year, but she's now finished. And here it is. So I dyed this fabric myself. It was before I sort of really knew how to get hold of the hand-dyed fabrics. And it is using the DMC and one of the Threadworks. And then there was one plastic Colour and Cotton, which I didn't use. I swapped it out for Weeks Dye Works Bubblegum. And that is this, this pinky colour here. So I'm really pleased with it. I love it. And that just means I can start Blueberry J. And I just had notification that my fabric and threads from Roxy Floss should arrive this week. So that'll be a new start, hopefully, for my next video. So yeah, so that is all my finishes. Don't get overexcited. There's probably not going to be 4 finishes next month. Who knows? There'll definitely probably be 4 starts. But we'll come on to that. So, speaking of starts, let's go through what I've started. So obviously we've had Nashville. I hope most of you that are watching this channel will know what Nashville is. It's basically a big wholesale show where shops go to see designers and buy charts from them directly. And we're very lucky that there are some shops from the UK that can go over and purchase from the designers for us. I'm going to mention most of those in the haul section, which you're definitely going to need a cup of tea for. Anyway, so one of the orders that I placed was for the Midnight Ocean from Tiny Modernist, from the Beneath the Waves X Stitch the Rainbow collaboration. So this is a collaboration where there are several designers that all do a small 60 by 60 chart using 4 colours. And as you can see, the colours on this one, they're gorgeous. They're all very bright, and they're from Country Cottage. So let me show you those now. So they're so bright. I haven't used this one in mine yet. You'll see when I show you my start. So there's Citrus, Sea Change, Mariana, and Sizzler. I love this colour. So they're the colours, and you can get those as a pack for the stitch along. And this is my start. So I started with a little jellyfish, and I'm doing this on 32 count paper bark. I'm doing it 1/2. So paper bark is by Fox and Rabbit. Sorry, I should have said that. So yeah, just a little start, but a start nonetheless. So that's that one. Right, and then my other market start was from Puntini, and it's the Strawberry Alphabet Sampler. We all love a strawberry, don't we? Strawberries, birds, they're both on there. And I was very lucky that I realised in my stash already, sorry for the crinkling, I did have the board. However, I think this board is a smaller size than the one that's called for, so I've done mine on a smaller count. So I'm doing mine on 40 count Dolly Madison by Needle and Flax. And that's my little start. Apologies for the hanging thread. I made a rookie mistake. I haven't bought my board today and the sun's shining, so apologies for being able to see through. Let me grab some paper. better for now. There we go. So yeah, so I'm doing mostly the called for. The dark red is actually Indian Summer by Weeks Dye Works, and most of the others are the called for colours, apart from I think the dark green is a slightly different number of DMC. But yeah, and this is working up quite nicely, so I'm hoping to have that finished soon. So that's that one. And then I have Ducks in the Orchard. I've got this one in a bag. I made this bag. Probably should really have strawberry alphabet in a strawberry bag, shouldn't I? So this is Ducks in the Orchard. I know I enabled a few people to that have now purchased this. It's, I mean, ducks, look, cute. So I had started this already, so this is a whip. I'm trying to get the first page completed, but there we are. So I'm probably about a third maybe of the first page done, and this is a Megan Coffee Craft 32 count even weave. She doesn't name her fabrics, so that's that. So I've worked on quite a few whips, and I have to admit that's one of the things I found that has helped me doing Flosstube. I'm not a monogamous stitcher, but I do tend to have a lot of new starts, and then I forget about the older stuff. And since I started this a month ago, I realised that actually I'm going back to older stuff and working on it to try and get finishes or to get some more progress, so that when I show it again, it's looking better. So you know, if nothing else, that's a good thing that's coming out of Flosstube. There's a lot of other stuff as well, which I'll talk about it at the end. So then my, what's that, second whip I've been working on is my Stitchery House by Pansy Patch. It's a stitch along. I've just got the second part, which you'll see in haul, but I'm nearly finished with this one. So I just need to finish this plant here and some little doodads, and then bring the border down, and then I've got the next house to start, which arrived yesterday. So I love the colours. Gorgeous. Right, and next up, do I have, yes I do. So this one, Promenade Pastorale by Jardin Privé. I know, I'm just murdering the saying of that, so apologies. But yeah, this was a start this month as well. It did get into my whip parade, but I thought I'd just show it again. So it's very, very pretty. I'm working on the border at the minute. I needed a couple of colours which arrived in the week, so I can get back to this now. I do love that. And that's on 20 count panettone by Roxy Floss Co. Lots of pretty colours. Okay, so that is all of my new starts, my whips and my finishes. I'm going to do a little bit of admin, and then I'm going to go into haul, because the majority of this video is going to be haul. I'm not going to lie. I'm very lucky to be in a position that I can have a little flutter every now and again. I'm going to share it with you, but please no judgment. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to just talk about a few Flosstubers I've been watching, and apologies if you just heard the washing machine finish. I closed the door, but the dog came in and opened it. So, a couple of things. So I've been watching some new to me Flosstubes. So Stitching with Charlie. Congratulations, Charlie, reaching 1,000 subscribers. One day I hope to be at your level. You really should go watch Charlie. She's brilliant, especially that 1,000 subscriber video because she's just got so much energy, and it's lovely to see. And she has some lovely projects, and she's definitely worth a watch. So here's to another 1,000, Charlie. Jen at Wolf Down the Rabbit Hole, she was kind enough to mention me as well. So for those of you that don't know Jen, she's also Wild Dragon Crafts, and I had to buy at least one pattern. I bought two, but I forgot to print them, and then I've filed them somewhere. So I bought this one, which is Surreal Tico. So yeah, and she's also got a free stitch along. If you like flowers, she's doing a free stitch along at the moment. So if you go to her Ko-fi, I'm going to link everybody in the description below, as per normal. Also Deanne, hi Deanne, over at Stitching in the Stitching on the Rocks over in Canada. So I met Deanne at Jingle Ball 2 years ago. She also has a very lovely Flosstube, so you should go check her out. And I've had some really lovely feedback from people in the community, which is lovely. Like I say, when I started this, it was because everyone was pressuring me into doing it. And I gave in thinking that I'd have the last laugh and it'd be rubbish. And it turns out maybe not that rubbish. I'm almost at 100 subscribers. When I looked yesterday, it was 91. So if I can get to 100, I'll do another giveaway. But I'm really enjoying it. And as I kind of alluded to earlier, it's making me more conscious about what I'm working on. So if I'm working on something and it's near a finish, I'm like, oh, I can get a finish, and I can not only get that off my whip list, but also I can share it with people. And also thinking back about those older whips, especially doing my whip parade, it made me realise that I have a lot of gorgeous projects that I've started, and I could really do with getting them finished. So it's helped me to pull stuff out. Christmas pears was one of them. I started it at the end of last year, really wanted to work on it, really wanted to get those pears for Christmas, finished one, put it away, started something else. So I'm very conscious now about what I'm stitching, and hopefully everyone's finding something that they like. So yeah, so I've had messages from lots of people, and I've had lots of people sharing. Sammy over at Little Loops, Rachel at Talking Dog, Holly's of Hobby, Holly at Hobbies of Holly. Sorry Holly. Sally at Flossie Sews and Grows. Lauren, Flossabilities. There's been so much. Sean, Periwinkle Stitcher. I'm going to forget people, and I'm really sorry, but I've had so many nice messages, comments on my videos that I have tried to get back to. So thank you, because actually, as somebody that doesn't have a lot of confidence, this has really helped. And I've said it in all my videos, I've got lots of friendships now from cross stitch, and it does make my heart happy. And I think, especially if you're a stitcher that doesn't have a lot of stitchy friends, Flosstube can help you with that. We're all here, we love to chat. Any questions, even just a chat, just drop me a note in the comments, and I'm trying to reply to everyone at the moment. So hopefully I'm doing all right. I definitely try to like everything and try to reply to as many as I can. So yeah, so thank you very much. Anyway, that was very quick. I'm going to go on to haul, and I'm aware that people don't always like haul, so if you're going to not watch all of the stuff that I've bought, then that's fine. But if it's been nice having you, thank you for coming back, and come again, and come and have a drink and watch my stitching. And if not, 2 seconds and I'll start my haul. So I've got 2 projects that I want to start, but I'm just waiting for some threads. Now, I'm going to link all the shops below, because I did buy from a few, and I am still waiting for a couple because I ordered from America. So obviously they have to go around the world or America before they can get here. I've had fun watching my Lindy Stitches order. Steph and the team were brilliant. It actually got posted the Monday after market. But it's in Detroit at the moment. So it's always, I like to watch the tracking, but that's just me. So hopefully I'll show you that, because that's fabric. I'll show you that next time. I'm not going to lie, it's not all here because I was a little bit embarrassed about how much I bought. But I like to support small business, and I feel like that's what I've done. I also went to the Stitch Festival on Friday with my friends Leslie, Carol and Natalie, and bought a few things there as well. I'm hoping that I'm going to put a little video right at the end of just some little videos and pictures and stuff that we took while we were there. But that might be beyond my Flosstube abilities at the moment, but we'll see. So without further ado, I'll try and remember which shops I bought which bits from, but you know. So I'm going to start off with some of the stuff that I got from Peakside. So there are two that I want to start, but I'm just waiting for some threads to come in. So how gorgeous is this? So this is Brenda Gervais. We all know how difficult it is to get to Brenda Gervais charts in the UK. So the fact that you can get them at Peakside now, and you can also get them at Jeff P. Smith, so Trudy Ann Designs. Jeff P. Smith is on eBay. I saw her on Friday, and on Friday she still had some left of the new ones. So they'll be on eBay if they have still got any left. So yeah, so with needle and thread by With Thy Needle and Thread. So I hope to start this soon, and I'm going to start this on, I had this in my stash, so it's 18 count cream and sugar fibre on a win. So that's that. And then Stacey Nash, animal crackers. Who else loves an animal cracker? I've had a few before and then realised they're too big for me, but I could not resist Olive and Pip. So I want to start Pip and the little, really I want to do the needle book, but I mean, come on. I'm going to have to, aren't I? It's not even negotiable. So I'm just waiting for some threads for this as well, because I did want to do this one in the called for. So yeah, so that's Pip and the cottage sewing book. Strawberries, you know, house, cottage, all good. So she's really pretty. And I actually did have some fabric that I thought I think it calls for Saltbush, but I'm going to see what it looks like on grey spinel from Fibre on a Whim. So it is quite grey. Obviously the sun's out today. I'm not going to complain. But yeah, so it's got some yellow mottling on it as well, which you can't really see. So yeah, so they're the two things that I want to start coming up. So I'll carry on with Peakside then. So hold that thought. Oh, here we go. So some of these, a couple of these I think are new designers to me. So one is Annie the Proper Stitcher. I've seen some others of hers that I might like to get, but I thought I'd get this one as it was a pre-order. So this is Have Courage. I quite like it in this colour, so I'm going to see if I can do it in this colour. Does it say what it's on? Oh, 36 count Baklava or Wind Song by Grace Notes, but I don't think we can get Grace Notes easily over here, so probably won't be using that. But it is in Pecan Pie by Classic Colourworks, but it's a Elsewhere silk, so that might be quite nice. So that's that one. I also got, oh, I didn't take these out, sorry. The Little House Needleworks Wintervilles part 1 to 3. So this is part 1. This is part 2. Oh no, this is part 2. Sorry, wrong hand. And then this is part 3. Now it does look like there's going to be more parts coming, but I couldn't find too much information on them. And then I got the thread pack of classic Colourworks for that as well. Next up, I got Peace on Earth from Shakespeare's Peddler. I saw this, it was a retreat piece a year or so ago, and I've been keeping an eye out for it when it came out. So I had to get that when it came out. Right, so this is another new designer to me, but it had my initials on it, so I had to get it. And I'm really sorry, but I don't actually know how to say it. So I'm just going to show you, and then if anyone, it's called Talents Few or Many. Pretty birds, my initials. What more could you do? So this is the company. And I got it from Peakside. So over at Peakside. I'll link her below. So it just looks very sweet. I got some fabric as well. So I got one of the new Fox and Rabbits in 36 count, which is called Tuscan Path. Very nice neutral. And I also got Needle and Flax. Oh, sorry. Needle Bling. Sorry. Might need new glasses. Needle Bling, 36 count Ginger Snap. That's a beautiful colour. And that mottling. Ooh, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Lovely job. Right. I mentioned the houses, so I've got the next one. This wasn't a market release. This was just the next one in my set. So this is Rick Rack House. So hopefully I can get that started before we meet next. And also I'm collecting the Christmas market set from Country Cottage Needleworks, and this was stockings. Yeah, Christmas stocking stand. So this is another one where there's, I think, 12 pieces, maybe 9 pieces, something like that. So I'm collecting all of those. My friend Leslie picked this up for me because I couldn't actually get it when I tried. So she got this from Jeff P. Smith. So this is Pansy Patch, and it's Stitcher's Rules. So they did Stitcher's Tools, I think, last year, and this is Stitcher's Rules. So yeah. And then I also got from Peakside the Happiness is Homemade recipe book. Now, I'm interested for anyone else that's got this as to whether anyone else has made any recipes out of them. I know it's possibly a little bit difficult because they do stuff in cups, but there's got to be a way. I assume if we get something that measures in cups, we'll be fine. But yeah, it's lovely. There's I can't really show any of the patterns because basically they're all just patterns. There aren't many that are just pictures. So sorry about that, but still very good. And then Hello Winter, Teresa Kogut. I love a winter pattern. Love snowman. It is mostly snowmen. There is look, I'll show this because there's no pattern. King and Queen, snowman, or Snow Queen and Snow King. Lovely. Just trying to see. There's a lovely fox one in here. I don't think I can show this one as well. Snowman in a house. They look very jolly, don't they? Having a little dance. So yeah. So lots of nice patterns in here. I think there's 9 in total. Yeah, 9. So that was my haul from Peakside. I also got something, this wasn't to do with market, but I was talking to Rachel at Talking Dog Stitchery, so I'll link her below. And we were talking about these frames. I know people have been using these for Mill Hill kits. I don't do Mill Hill kits, but I do do. I'm a child, sorry. But I do the Satsuma Street ornaments, and I think they're going to fit in here. So I need to try this out. Now that I've shown you, I can do that and report back. Cowslip also had this. I saw it on somebody's Flosstube, and I can't remember who it was, so I'm really sorry that I can't name whoever that was. But it's just beautiful. And this is the second Stacey Nash needle roll. I've got one coming up in a second as well. And this is Strawberry Cottage. So yeah, very nice. I did get some threads from Claire over at Threads For You. And they came in this gorgeous box. Thanks, Claire. It's gorgeous. I think I showed in my first Flosstube, an Autumn Lane Queen of the Sea, Dark Queen of the Sea. So this is all of the threads for her. So yeah. There's so many. Look, I need to sort them all out. But yeah, so that was from Claire over at Threads For You. Lovely. I got a cheeky little eBay purchase from Cross Stitch Sarah. She was having a clear out, so thanks, Sarah. I want to get this started now that I've shown you guys, because it's just lovely. Look, and I've not had anything by Nikki's Creations, so I'm looking forward to getting that out and having a proper look and giving one of her patterns a go. So that's the Stitcher Sewing sampler. I think I'm doing quite well reading backwards. You'd think I'd have made a note, right? And then I got my fabric of the month, or the by month. I can't remember if I did show this before. I know other people have, but this is from Swan Bay. Look how beautiful it is. Yum. And yeah, so let's just take this ribbon off and then you can see a bit more. So it doesn't have a name. Marie did ask for us to send options for what we thought were names, but it's Jane Austen, and I don't know enough about Jane Austen to enter a name. So I have some friends that have, and they're very good names. I'm so sorry there's so much wool, but you know, if you're still here. Teresa Koga also put out a book called Finding Joy, which I loved. I sent Sue an email. Sue, can you get me this as a pre-order? And then realised that actually they were all Patreon patterns that I had already got from when I was in Patreon last year. Oops. So Sue very kindly cancelled that for me. But I did go ahead and buy the threads because it's all Roxy Floss. So I've got, for the big sampler, which is Finding Joy, I've got the Roxy Floss, and then there's also a Biscornu, so I've got the thread for that as well. It's all the same colours, but just to make sure I had enough. And then it's done on two different types of fabric. So the top is done on 36 panettone, and you can get this as a kit over at Evertote, so I'll link Evertote below. They are the distributor of Roxy Floss, linen and floss. And then Coco Loco. This is a beautiful chocolatey brown. I'd never seen it before. I'd seen it on videos, but I don't even think my videos did it justice, but it's such a lovely, creamy, rich, chocolatey brown colour. Very nice. So they're both 36 count, so I'm hoping to start those soon. Oh, I've got a zip. Sorry, I thought I'd undone all my zips. So I was talking about another scissor fob and sewing roll. So this is Birds and the Bees, again by Stacey Nash. So this is currently a stitch along in the Across the Pond Facebook group. So Across the Pond is, I believe, I can't remember who's running this sale, but it's Maria Swan Bay Stitches and Diamonds is providing the kits, and I believe Across the Pond is her creation. I'm sorry if it's not. I'm sure somebody will correct me if it's not. So I ordered the kit. Now, it did take a while to come because obviously Marie hand dyes all the fabrics. So I am way behind because I started in January. But it's such a beautiful pattern, and I've seen so many people stitching it. It's gorgeous. So I did get the full kit. So I went for an Ada, 20 count, which is medium Sanditon. Now, I love the Sanditons, light, dark, all the Sanditons. So this is kind of in the middle of the two. I'm sorry, that's not really doing it justice. But yeah, so that's medium Sanditon. I don't know if that's coming out in the range at any point. If anyone knows, let me know. But yeah, at the moment, I think you can only get it as part of the sale. And then she also did do the thread pack as well, which is All Weeks Dye Works. And it comes with its own little tag. Very handy. So that's those. So I'm going to start that on Good Friday. So me and my friends, Claire and Emma, we're going to go do some stitching in a cafe. And we've all got that. So we're all going to start that together. So that'll be nice. There's still more. Right. So some stuff that I bought before and not really to do with Nashville, although two of these are. Oops, I'm going to lose everything. Okay, so Natalie, Secrets of the Sewing Room, showed Where There Are Birds the other day, and I sighed and added to cart. Thanks, Natalie, enabling me. It doesn't take much, but she's done she's got a beautiful whip of this on the called for fabric. If you haven't watched Natalie at Secrets of the Sewing Room, then you really need to. I'll link her below as well. So I got that and the threads. And I also a little while ago ordered a project that needs some Gloriana, but all the Glorianas are out of stock at the minute. So I ordered 2 that were in stock, which is Carmine Rose and, can I see that tag? Birch Brown. So very nice. Also, Kathy Barrack is releasing some of her designs that were originally under Carriage House samplings as stockings, but she's re-releasing them again, and she's done the sampler. So this is the sampler stocking, sampler stocking and sampler. So I'm going to do this. I might leave the people out. I don't really like stitching people, so I might just take that one out and just move this up. But I do like that. That's very nice. A nice alphabet at the top. Birdie, love a birdie. I would do the stocking, but I'd probably get the shape all wrong. So I think I'm just going to go for the band and be done with that. So, but it's really good that these are being re-released. For those of you that haven't seen, Hello from Liz Matthews has bought the back catalogue for Carriage House Samplings. It's always been a very family oriented business, so I believe it's run by her aunt who's decided to retire. So her and her husband have decided to buy those rights, and so they can still produce those patterns. And I think as part of that, Kathy Barrack, who is Liz's mum, in case you don't know, she has chosen to re-release these under her own name. So yeah, there's quite a few. So yeah, they're lovely. So I got that from 123 Stitch. In fact, these two I also got from 123 Stitch. This is the trouble. I found so many new designers through Nashville this year, because I've kind of found more shops that are doing more designers that we haven't probably seen so much in the UK. So Dirty Annie's, Henrietta's Hen House chickens. They also have a couple of other patterns which I have refrained from at the moment, but also this chicken coop is available at 123 Stitch as well, and it's by Paisleys and Polka Dots, which I think are Canadian, and up until they started doing it at 123 Stitch we couldn't get those in the UK, so definitely worth checking that out. And another Shakespeare Peddler, Cheerful Heart. Don't ask me when I'm going to stitch all these because, you know, I don't know. And then I did an order for a needle minder exclusive that was at Fat Quarter Shop, which I did have here, and now I can't actually find it. So the houses on Stitchery Lane, they did an exclusive needle minder for Fat Quarter Shop, and I had to order it, and while I was there this fell into my basket because I hadn't got this one, and this was also a market release, and I want to get this one done and up at home, but I need to choose a fabric colour that will go with my living room. Treasure braid, I've never used treasure braid before, so we're going to see how that goes, but that's also for Dark Queen of the Sea. Has anyone seen this yet? So Fat Quarter Shop do a stitch quarterly, and up until now it's always been through It's So Emma, but this year they've decided to work with other designers. So this is the first one. This is by Hands On Design, and it's lovely, and it's this one, Clovered Cottage. Now, the fabric they've used is a 28 count. They always used to put fabric in their kits for the quarterlies, but they decided not to this year because they realised that actually people like to stitch on different things. So you just get the chart, the bag, the thread, very nice, all classic colourworks. There's a little needle in there and a needle minder. Again, it's a house, very cute. I don't use needle minders, but I do collect needle minders. So I will be putting this on my DMC drawers upstairs. And then this month you got a notion, which is a corner gauge. So I'm sure you all know what these are, but you can, if not, you use this to, you put this in the corner, and then if you want to start 1.5 inches in, that's your hole, put your needle up through there, 2.5 inches in. And then obviously you can use the other bits to work out what count your fabric is. It didn't come with fabric, but I have picked a fabric out of my stash, which is 20 count slate by Bestitch Me. So I can start that now showing it to you. And obviously put all this away because I've just had all of this sitting in a box, and yeah, and I really didn't want this video to be this long, so sorry, only a bit more. When I was at the the Stitch Festival on Friday, there was a company there called Cotton Clara. I'd not heard of them before, but they had lots of cute little kits. So this is a little duck. I love a duck. And what I think I'm going to do is, before I start it, I'm just going to do a little unboxing, and I'll show you what you get in there. I'm not sponsored, but I just thought it'd be nice to do something like that. So yeah, that's Cotton Clara. And then the Crafty Smith. I'm pretty sure people have probably seen them before. I want to try and get this up close so you can see it. So this is Productivity. And again, I'll do a little unboxing, but you know, I can see on the back you get pretty much everything you need. And postcards and stuff as well. So I'll do a little unboxing. I won't add it to this video, but I will do that, sorry. And look how cute! a mushroom. And that's their details as well. So yeah, so that's those. I'm down to the last few bits. So, new to me designer. Now, I'd seen these before because I do watch a lot of American Flosstube, and I actually do watch Rika, who is House of Stitch and Stash, and Sean Periwinkle Stitcher, I know, is friends with Rika, and I think she'd shown at least one of these before that she'd got them. So when they were available at market and I saw that Jeff P. Smith had them, so Trudy, I had to get them. So Frosted Pines at Rosewood. Yes, I know that's a big white house. No one likes stitching white. Oh, but it's so worth it. Look at it. Beautiful. And then How It Began With Us. So cute. Little doggy. Maybe I can make it look like my doggy. So yeah, so they're good. And I know Rika has a website, so I'll link that below, but I'm not sure she ships to the UK. So then we have Remember Me, which is the new Blackbird book. So this was Nashville, wasn't Nashville. I ordered it before Nashville, I think. Again, Jeff P. Smith. It's beautiful. It has 9 designs on it. Who doesn't love a blackbird? You know, they're just classic, aren't they? Lovely. And then I went to see Trudy and Designs, as I keep saying, Jeff P. Smith on eBay. I didn't know, and I don't know whether anyone else knows, but I definitely didn't know, Trudy does her own designs. I don't think she puts them on eBay because I think she's concentrated on, obviously, the stuff that she gets in. But she actually does her own kits, and I had to buy 2 because they're very lovely and a bit different. And she said to me, they're beginners. And I was like, but they're beautiful. So I got this one, the Sewing Room. So it comes as a kit. And yes, it comes with these buttons. So you get the buttons, you get 16 count Ada, and then you get all the thread. What more could you need? I mean, a beginner, sure, but I think it's lovely for anyone, any age, any skill level. So yeah, so I had to buy this one, and I also had to buy this one. Sorry for the crinkling. I don't know if I'm supposed to show prices or not, but there we go. So this one, Dogs, and it has the cute little buttons and the thread again. So they're both 16 count Ada. They come with needles as well as the thread. So yeah, so I thought I'd share those because obviously I didn't know they did those. I'm down to the last few bits. So also from Trudy, I haven't sewn anything by Scattered Seed Samplers before, so I got a couple from them. So I got Nesting Together Pink Heap, and also Mockingbird's Message Pink Heap. So I'm going to start those soon, hopefully. That's about everything. Right, 3 more stalls to go. So Anne's Orchard is run by Emma, and she had some very cute beaded chickens. Look at these. And there's 3 of them. And they're only tiny. And they come with everything. So I'll show you the back of this one. So you get the fabric, or I don't know if it is fabric. It might be something a bit like, it looks a bit more like perforated paper, something like that. Thread, beads, needle, more thread. And I was talking to her about it, and I think, from what she said, is you bead all of the chicken, because this is all beads, and then the back is then cross-stitched in blue, which is why you get a lot of blue. So yeah, so they're good. So Anne's Orchard, definitely give them a look. And then Claire over at Love Poppet. I love her designs. I think I might have too many chickens. Is there such a thing? Too many chickens? So yeah, I'm no spring chicken. I'm not. So I want to get that done soon. And it was lovely to have a chat with Claire. And when I was there as well, Megan from Coffee Craft was there. So I know they're also both going to Jade's Retreat at Beck Row on the 18th. So it'd be good to see them again. So yeah, and then Blackbird at Dawn. They're just so pretty with all the colours and the berries and the nice little details in the bird that just make it slightly different, something slightly different. Last, but by no means least, actually not last, I also got Ooh La La. Somebody needs to stop me. They didn't stop me on Friday. They didn't even try. Anyway, maybe it's because I growled if they mentioned not buying anything. So last but by no means least, Yasmin's Made with Love. It was lovely to catch up with Yaz. I'd not met her before, but I did stop by and have a chat. Her stall was lovely. So I bought this little chicken. Well, actually, it's not a chicken, is it? It doesn't actually say what it is. But this cute little bird with all the colours. It's a little kit, so it comes with everything you need. So I think this would be a good beginner kit because it's small. It comes with everything you need. You can see here that it's really nicely got a really nice thread card in it with all the numbers, and it's all DMC, and then the fabric as well. And then this is definitely the last thing, and then I'm going. I'll leave you to it. This is a lovely project bag made by Yasmin with a little dangly, which is very cute. Nice fabric inside as well. It's all quilted. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So yeah, as you can tell, I've had a lovely time. I hope you're still here. If you're still here, send me a chicken emoji in the comments. And before I go, I'm just going to say thank you for being here, listening to me bumble on about cross stitch. I'm really enjoying myself. I hope you're all finding something that you like, and hopefully not too enabling, but you only live once. Take care. I'm going to try and get this little video. If this is where it ends, it means I couldn't work out how to upload my Stitch Fest video, and I'll do that at another point. Thanks. Take care, guys. See you soon.